Hey everyone, I thought I'd put together a little video showing you how to use the new watercolor brushes that I created for Procreate 4. With these brush set, it does come with several washes and also in addition several brushes for different lettering styles. The first thing we do need to do is install the watercolor paper. So we're going to create a new layer because we want the watercolor paper on above the where the lettering will go. So I'm going to select Insert File, and this is depending on where you stored the paper at when you downloaded it. If you save it to your camera roll, then just do Insert Photo. I do have it stored on my Dropbox, so I did hit Insert File, select the paper, and adjust it for my landscape mode canvas. So I rotated it, have it on magnetic, and expand. And that's automatically on the second layer. So we're going to go ahead and just rename this watercolor paper. Okay, and we're going to duplicate. So just swipe and duplicate, and we're going to change the blend modes here. So for this first one, I'm going to do multiply. And for the second one, I prefer to use linear burn and adjust the opacity to about 30%. Another option would be color burn. You get a little less texture that way and the paper's a little bit brighter if you see, if I leave it right at 100. So I'm just going to go with the linear burn and 30%. All right, now we're going to start our lettering. So make sure we go back down to that first layer. Select the brush. See, I'm going to go with the aqualine brush. And I'm going to use a gray color here. I like to use a lighter gray color because I'm going to be adding color on top of that. So, and now we're going to letter our word. Let's see here. All right. Now I'm going to alpha lock this because I want to make sure all my color stays on the word that I just wrote and not anywhere else. So we're going to swipe and that automatically locks in. You know it's locked because it turns blue there. Now we have, I prefer to use the washes, and that'll give you different effects. So you can just start off with one and then switch, and as you're adding color, to add different layers of color and lessen the opacity and give you different kind of effects. Start with this one. And I like to also adjust the size and the opacity as I'm adding the color, so it's laying down a little less. Also, if you're going lighter on the pressure on the pencil, that will automatically lay down a little less color because it's based on the pressure. And if you go down a little bit heavier, of course it lays down, but adjusting this will even lighten it even more. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty much how you do as far as for lettering. Vary the washes, that'll give you the different effects. Next thing we're going to do is go over doing lettering over a wash. So we're going to do our wash first. So I'm going to just use the same canvas, and I'm going to just create a new layer. And I'm going to start with this one. And again, I'm starting with light pressure. And then you can press a little bit more, you're going to get that heavier pressure. Same thing, just play around with the size and the opacity here. I'm going to switch to a different wash, a different color here. Okay, so now I have that. I want to go ahead and add my lettering on top. I want to do that on a new layer so I can adjust it if needed. And I'm going to letter with I'm going to use white, and I'm going to use this brush. Okay, let me check my, nope. Okay, now we go, there we go. And center that. And if you want to have it more intense so it's showing through, you can just duplicate that layer, and that just makes the color darker automatically. If it's still, you don't want it that dark, maybe just a little bit lighter, then you can adjust the opacity of that layer and just adjust it to how you like. Okay, so hopefully this video helps. You can find these brushes and more on my website, cynlopinc.com. Thanks for watching.